Hey there, Alex here, and in today's video, I wanted to compare and contrast the different cloud provider services. I picked to compare and contrast Google against Amazon as the two cloud providers of choice. I've decided to choose these two because I feel like I've had the most hands-on experience with, and I've practiced long enough for about over a couple of years with their different services and tools, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Since both cloud providers have hundreds of services that they offer, in today's video, I especially want to focus on their big data and artificial intelligence offerings. I'm going to compare and contrast services and tools for 5 different areas. The first thing I want to talk about is their big data ingestion services. In other words, how do we get data in our cloud infrastructure? The next thing I want to cover is different data processing tools. In other words, how can we transform the data? Then I'm going to cover the different machine learning services that we can use to enhance our data once it's in the cloud infrastructure. The fourth area I want to discuss with you guys are going to be the different data storage offerings. So how can we store the data once we have it in the cloud? Finally, I'm going to compare the different data visualization tool that each cloud provider has to offer. If you're interested in this kind of comparison, I encourage you to keep watching the video. So let's get started. So let's start by going over the different data ingestion services. When I think about building a pipeline, I usually break it down in one of two categories. It's either a streaming pipeline, which means that I'm ingesting data on a continuous basis, or it's a batch pipeline. It means I'm trying to ingest data kind of on a regular schedule, more of on a recurrent basis. So if you're a company that is interested into moving to the cloud, both Amazon and Google are more than happy to facilitate this journey. And nonetheless, they're more than happy to take your data and move it into their own infrastructure and their own data centers. Amazon has the Snow family, which these are physical devices like the Amazon Snow Edge that allows you to plug in and upload up to 80 terabytes of data. Also, if you use huge amounts of data, you can request the Snowmobile, which is a 45-foot long semi-truck that has over 300 petabytes of data that you can store. On the other hand, Google has what's called their transfer. Google has their transfer appliance tools, which allows you to plug in your data into your data center and transfer up to 480 terabytes per physical device. If you're interested in ingesting large amounts of data on a continuous basis, Google offers what's called PubSub, which is their managed messaging system. This system allows for publish subscriber design with all the different Google services. PubSub allows you for both pull-push method and also the ability to guarantee the order in which messages are sent and received. On the other hand, AWS has Amazon Kinesis, which is the real-time managed big data processing system. It has similar feature to Google PubSub, but they're limited in some sort of ways. On the other hand, Amazon has also services like Kinesis Video, which are services optimized for a specific workflow, in this case, video processing. So now let's talk about the different data processing tools. I decided to split this area into 2 main categories: fully managed services and partially managed services. So what are they respectively? Well, a partially managed service is a service where a developer will have to worry about their infrastructure, their development, as well as the transformation related to the data. Where a fully managed service, the developer will only have to worry about the data transformation code and the logic that's involved into doing the data manipulation, and will focus solely on that. Amazon has Glue, which is a serverless Apache Spark job engine. And also it has Amazon Data Pipeline, which is a UI tool that helps you move data around different services like S3 and Dynamo. On the other hand, Google has Data Prep, which is a tool that allows you to build data flow jobs with a nice web app, which is easy to use and even suggests transformations for you. Now let's discuss some of the partially managed services. Amazon has Elastic MapReduce, which is a managed Spark and Hadoop cluster. Google has a similar offering called Dataproc. For your Spark and MapReduce job, Google also has Dataflow, which is pretty much a fully managed Apache Beam ecosystem. Dataflow allows you to write streaming and batch pipelines, and you only have to worry about the transformation logic. and not about the scaling and any of the infrastructure of the instances. So now let's focus on their machine learning offerings. Both companies have been investing a lot of resources in this lately. So as a result, there are quite a bit of services that are present on the market. I classify them in two main categories: their data science platform and their out-of-the-box data science solutions. So what is Amazon's data science platform? That will be SageMaker, which has a data science toolkit for machine learning engineer and data scientists, where they can build, develop, maintain, and release models. They currently support a lot of machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow, Keras, Gluon, Chainer, Caffe2, and PyTorch. On the other hand, Google has its own AI platform, which gives data scientists a full stack of resources for them to complete their data science jobs. Both platforms achieve the same goals, but they have their own different way of doing that. Now let's mention some out-of-the-box solution that you can use. So for image and video recognition, Amazon has their recognition service. On the other hand, Google has their Cloud Vision for images and their video API for video respectively. For speech and text, Amazon has different API. This includes Lex, Transcribe, Poly, Comprehend, and Translate. Google has similar API for text and speech. This includes Dialogflow, the Cloud Natural Language API, the Speech API, as well as the Translation API. Also, Google offers AutoML, which is a new capability that allows people and companies to train their out-of-the-box model with their own custom dataset. This allows for this model to perform better for your specific use case, so you can get better performance out of them. So the fourth area I want to go over is the different storage options. I divided this into 4 different categories: relational and non-relational databases, data warehouses, and object storage. Both clouds offer databases as a service. In Amazon, it's called RDS, which stands for Relational Database System. They support the following database engine. They have MySQL, Postgres, SQL Server, Oracle, and MariaDB. On the other hand, Google has their own Cloud SQL offering, which only supports MySQL, Postgres, and SQL Server as of the recording of this video. Google also has Spanner, which is a highly performant SQL database. In the case of non-relational databases, Amazon has DynamoDB, while Google has Datastore and Bigtable. From a data warehousing perspective, AWS has Redshift, while Google has their famous BigQuery. Each has their own benefits and drawbacks. Since they're both very complicated topics, I might be able to do a video in the future. Let me know in the comments down below. So now let's talk about object storage. If you want to store any kind of non-standard data, this is what you're looking at. Amazon has their famous S3 offering, which is widely known. Alternatively, Google has Google Cloud Storage, which is their similar feature for object storage. Finally, let's talk about visualization tool. Amazon has QuickSight, which allows you to create dashboard to visualize data from different Amazon services rather fast. Google similarly offers Data Studio, which allows you to build reports with a drag and drop UI tool. Google also has recently acquired Looker, which is a tool that allows you to create much more complex dashboards and much more advanced analytics report. All in all, both cloud providers have similar services. I think that no matter what, all clouds have the same core capability, but each has a slightly different implementation. Whatever cloud provider you're going to pick, either of them will have the tools you need. However, there are some tools that are better suited for a specific job. So make sure that based on whatever you need to build, your cloud provider has the same capabilities that you want. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know with a like. Also, if you have any ideas for the next week's video, let me know in the comments down below. See you guys next week. Bye!